Hey guys, my name is Vipul. Welcome to Motoroids, and we are in this beautiful salty desert of Kutch with the all-new Jawa 350. And yes, this is an all-new motorcycle because it has a new chassis, it has a new engine, and a lot of other new elements. So let's get into the video and see what all is new. To start with, now you have a redesigned cowl and you get a new headlamp also. This is a new blue light headlamp that Jawa calls, and under that you will see there's a horn. Now this is not a single piece horn, it's a dual horn. There is one more horn on this side of the motorcycle. Now you get longer front forks. These are longer by 40 mm. However, the suspension travel has not been increased, and we'll get to the right part later. And then you have this mudguard with a new badge right here, which looks really nice. For the turn indicators, you have the regular turn indicators. The headlamp is also halogen, it's not LED. And this windscreen that you see, it's an accessory, it's not included with the motorcycle. You'll have to purchase it separately. Also, you will see redesigned mirrors, all covered in chrome, look really nice. Then you have a nice handlebar. The handlebar has been redesigned to give you a more comfortable riding position, a chrome tank, and you get this nice Mystique copper color also. This color is also new. And on the fuel cap, you have this nice Jawa emblem with the since 1929 badging in gold, which looks really good. The seat has also been changed, and the seat is new as well. The cushioning is nice, and I've been riding the motorcycle for about 200 kilometers. And I can still go on. Our backside is not hurting at all. It's a very comfortable seat. However, there is no backrest here, but you do have grab handles for the pillion. Coming to the rear, you have a nice tail lamp, a classic looking tail lamp, flanked by the turn indicators, which are bulb, of course. And you have a new muffler. And while we're talking about the muffler, let's also listen to the motorcycle, because Jawa has tuned the exhaust to give it a nice tone as well. And I'll let you be the judge of how it sounds. This is how it sounds at idle. And this is how it sounds when you rev. So that's how the exhaust sounds. Let us know in the comments, what do you think of it? Now, as I also mentioned, the chassis is new. So you have a new strong and stiff chassis. You also get a longer wheelbase, and you get better tires now. So you have a 100 by 90 tire at the front and 130 by 90 at the rear. This is an 18-incher, this is an 17-incher wheel. And overall, if you look at the motorcycle, it does look really good. In my opinion, if you like classic motorcycles, this one looks the best among all the classic motorcycles that are sold. Let me know what your opinions are. Which is your favorite classic motorcycle? Also, the radiator has been retained from the old motorcycle, but there has been some work done into, to make it more efficient. Besides that, there are not a lot of changes. The switchgear quality is really nice and tactile buttons, and everything works really nice. And that's what the horn sounds like. So because it's a dual horn, it's nice and loud. Now let's quickly take a look at the speedometer, and the speedometer is pretty old school. You have the even speeds right here and the odd speeds inside in the inner black circle. You have the telltale lights in this beige portion right here, and on this side there's a small circle with the fuel gauge. It shows quarter liter, half liter, 3/4 and the full tank. And there is a small display here which does not have a lot of function. It just gives you like a message, side stand is on. And besides that, you can take a look at the odometer and the 2 trip meters. Apart from that, you don't get any information right here. I wish there was a gear position indicator, which would have been really beneficial. Now the Jawa 350 gets an increased ground clearance of 180 mm, so you can go a little bit of off-roading, and the seat height is 802 mm, but because there is no obstacle here, there's no obstruction, you can swing your leg very easily. And my height for reference is 5'9", and as you can see, both my feet are on the ground and they are flat. Now you get a fairly comfortable riding position, and this is what the rider's triangle would look like. And the handlebar is not very wide, but it's not very sporty either. I'm sitting comfortably. My back does have a little bit of incline, which is fine, but the seat cushioning is really nice, as I mentioned before, and you can do a lot of kilometers on the bike in a single day and you won't feel tired. Now let's talk about the suspension. The suspension is a little bit stiff, and I wish it was like maybe 20% softer, because on bad roads you can really feel the jerks on the handlebar and at the pegs as well. But if it's a nice good tarmac and you are cruising above 60 kilometers per hour, you will not feel a thing. The motorcycle will just keep going. Now, since the wheelbase is longer, the tires are a bit wider, the straight line stability of the motorcycle has increased a lot. So straight line cruising, if you like cruising at higher speeds, you're going to have a lot of fun. Speaking about power, it produces 22.6 bhp of power and 28.1 Newton meter of torque. Now, the good thing is the 28 Newton meters, it starts coming in from about 4000 RPM, and the instant torque that you need to make rapid overtakes or to get out of traffic, you get that torque when you actually need it. And the torque curve is pretty flat, and as you go towards 7000, 8000 RPM, you will find that the torque is flattening out. In terms of mileage, we were not able to test that thoroughly, but when we get the motorcycle back to base in Mumbai, we will do a mileage test, a proper road test, and let you know what the mileage is. But in my experience, this should be anywhere between 32 to 35 kilometers per liter. That should be fuel efficiency that you can expect from this motorcycle. Now, in terms of the vibrations and overall handling of the motorcycle is fairly easy to handle. You can't do a lot of sharp corners because the wheelbase is now longer, but it handles really well. You can flick it through traffic. It is heavy at 184 kgs, but it is still light on its feet when it's on the move. So you won't have a lot of issues while in traffic. I did not face any heating issues on the engine. So we've rode about 200 kilometers in the sun. We are in the desert, but the weather is fairly cool, but still the engine has not given any issues. The engine has not heated up at all. In terms of the refinement, the engine has refined a lot as compared to the old Jawa, and there is a lot of improvement. To give you an example, I was doing about 40 kilometers per hour when I slowed down on the 6th gear, and then from there I was able to pick up the motorcycle at speed very quickly. There was no knock. The bike did not give any issue, nor did it stall. So in terms of its refinement and tractability, it has been performing really well. I'm going to ride back another 100 kilometers, and I am still excited to ride the motorcycle. So that should tell you that how good the motorcycle is. The motorcycle has a very strong mid-range and the bottom range. The top end, as I said, it dies out after 6,500 RPM, and 3,500 to 5,500 is the sweet spot where you will get the maximum performance out of this motorcycle. There is no RPM reading here, but those are my estimates. And obviously this goes up against the Royal Enfield Bullet 350, which will be its competitor. Now the Bullet is priced at 1.73 lakhs, which is much lesser than as compared to the Jawa 350, which is priced at 2.14 lakhs. But it does get, while the Bullet gets some tech features, this gets some safety features, like it has a dual channel ABS. It has disc brakes both at the front and the back with a dual channel ABS, and overall the build of the motorcycle is also very solid. In terms of the power, if comparing to a Bullet, this one will give you the torque much sooner at a lower RPM, so you don't have to rev the engine to get power faster, quicker. So this will be quick on its feet. It will be quicker than the Royal Enfield Bullet 350. And then it's up to the looks, so those are subjective. So it's what kind of looks do you like? If you like this kind of setup, or you like the Bullet more, it's up to you. But in my opinion, this one looks far more prettier than the Bullet 350. It does look like a classic motorcycle, and while it retains its classic form, it has got a lot of modern touches as well to keep up with the modern day motorcycles. So that was the Jawa 350 for you. Let us know what do you think about this motorcycle. It does come with accessories, so you have an optional windscreen, and you can also get an additional crash guard which can be attached, obviously sold separately. 2.14 lakhs ex-showroom. It's a fairly decent motorcycle, and if you are someone who have been associated with the Jawa brand from the past, probably your parents were, and you want to keep that legend alive, you can go in for this motorcycle. Bring this motorcycle home. Who is this motorcycle for? Someone who likes to ride a classic motorcycle, someone who wants to own a bit of the past, or probably your parents had a Jawa back in the day and you want to relive those memories. You can definitely pick one up. If you have any questions about the motorcycle, let us know in the comments. We will answer each and every one of them. And subscribe to Motoroids if you haven't already. Press that bell icon so that you get notified whenever we upload our next video. This is Vipul signing off. I will see you in the next video. Until then, rev hard, rev free, and ride safe.